when you see politicians visiting former heads of state, Babangida going to visit Obasanjo, going to visit, all those former heads of state, you would know that, they have interest in running for one particular position or the other. And now we are hearing that Goodluck Jonathan visited Ibrahim Babangida at his residence. I think that this is just a pointer to the fact that he might have an intention to run for office for a second term. You guys know that he still has an opportunity to run for a second time since, he had only run for a term in office. Apart from the fact that he finished Yar'Adua's tenure, he had only run for one tenure, and I think that he's seeking for another term in office since he did not win, since APC kicked him out of office the last time. And of recent, a lot of people have been clamoring, saying that they want Goodluck Jonathan back. They want Goodluck Jonathan back. And the sad thing about this is, I think that people forget really soon. During Goodluck Jonathan's regime, people were also complaining. People were complaining. During Buhari's regime, people were complaining. During Yar'Adua's regime, people were also complaining. During Obasanjo's regime, people were also complaining. I think that over time, because things have gotten way worse than it used to be, people have now forgotten what it used to be. People are now using the present situation to set a standard of good governance because people are having it worse than it used to be. People now think that the past governments were better or is far better than what we have now, forgetting that it's just because of inflation. Because inflation has gotten so high that people now think that, during Goodluck Jonathan, we had it better. We were buying rice for so amount of money. We were buying gari for so amount of naira. People now think that it was better then. But anyway, maybe when Goodluck Jonathan comes back, he will be able to take the prices of things in the markets back to what it used to be during his time, or even lesser. I hope, I wish that would be the case. But I just think that sometimes people forget that it wasn't that his regime was better. It was just that, inflation and, different things that happened since then, that he had his own lapses. Things were, just that the way that things had escalated recently because of subsidy lifts. My brother, my sister, is not easy. Even Chimamanda Adichie said that middle class have become beggars in Nigeria. We do not even have middle class any longer. Is there anything like middle class? What? Middle what? Is it that you are rich or you are poor? That is it. Is it that you are rich? Is it that you are up there or you are poor? That is just the plain truth. Because you will be amazed and surprised that some things that you would just easily afford back then, you would struggle to be able to afford them right now. That's just the reality of things, guys. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please leave your opinions in the comment section, turn on the post notification bell, give this video a massive thumbs up. It's really very important. That's why we're encouraged to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Former President Goodluck Jonathan on Sunday held a closed-door meeting with former military president General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida retired, popularly called IBB. Niger News understands that the meeting was held at IBB's Hilltop residence in Minna, Niger State. It was gathered that former President Jonathan arrived at Babangida's Minna home at about 4:15 p.m. and left at 5:07 p.m. on Sunday. According to leadership, the former president went by road and consulted with his predecessor for over 45 minutes behind closed doors. Although the agenda was public, inside sources said the meeting was political, focusing on events ahead of the 2027 general election. However, phone calls made to Jonathan's media aide, Eze, on the purpose of the meeting were not replied to. A text message sent to him late last night was not replied to as of press time. Recall that political stakeholders, especially from the north, have been appealing to Jonathan to contest the 2027 election. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed had hinted on the pressure on Jonathan to contest ahead of 2027 when he stated that Bala would step down its presidential ambition if Jonathan bowed to pressure to take a fresh shot at the presidency. I think that, like I said at the beginning of this video, I think that people quickly forget. People easily forget. Have you forgotten that it was during Goodluck Jonathan's regime that we have Dasuki, that we have the Babangida loot that was returned to the country, relooted. A loot that was returned by Paris Club, where Abacha stacked Nigerians' funds. They returned the looted funds, and it was the plan that the money would be used to buy weapons for the Nigerian military. At the end of the day, this money got relooted. No weapons was bought, and the money just vanished into thin air. Maybe people have forgotten. Let me just remind you. Let me remind you, because it seemed like we have forgotten. That is why people are calling Jonathan back. They are now making him to be a saint, like he was a saint during his regime. Have you also forgotten the scandal that it was the wife that was calling the shots during Jonathan's regime, that the wife had a lot of say? Have you forgotten all of that? Just that in Nigeria, ex-presidents do not go to prison. That is why the likes of Jonathan, the likes of Obasanjo, Buhari, they should be in prison right now. If Nigeria were to be Japan, where, they would sentence you to death for corruption, I think that should be introduced. But the question is, who are the people that will introduce such, knowing fully well that they're also guilty of the same crime? Would they now sentence themselves to death? They would never do that. Never. An ex-president of Japan was recently sentenced to death because he collected bribe. That would never happen in Nigeria. Never. It will never happen. Have you also forgotten? Let me remind you. Maybe people have forgotten. Have you also forgotten the domestic help of President Jonathan, who she has kept in prison? And we have not gotten the news that they have been released because they stole her jewelry. Those people have been in prison for 9 years, running to 9 years now. They have been in prison. All our domestic help, as to domestic servants at the time that the jewelry was stolen, they are in prison right now. As if she has been sent to prison for also, choking her hand in public funds that are not supposed to be in her bank accounts. Would she not also be in prison? This is not even, to excuse any theft or anything, but we all know how it is. Anyway, moving on. The governor said, and I quote, "About your call for me to present myself, I am still contemplating my chances as the opposition leader. I know there are good leaders within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, especially my boss, Goodluck Jonathan. I have always said that as long as Jonathan is around, I will not present myself to the leadership of this country unless he decides not to run. However, recall that in May, former First Lady Patience Jonathan had ruled out the possibility of her husband contesting against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, saying her family would rather campaign for Tinubu's re-election. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment here says, "Very stupid of Jonathan. He put us in this mess today." Thank you very much for remembering. He's a contributing factor. He's one of those people that put us in this mess. Don't forget, it was during the campaign. Have you forgotten during the primary campaign of Goodluck Jonathan? That was when we had the first, depreciation, major depreciation in Naira, when the exchange rate from Naira to dollars went from 150 Naira. It seemed far-fetched even saying that Naira to dollar was at a time 150 Naira, when we are now exchanging it for 1,500 and something, almost 600, well, almost 1,600 right now. That was when we had the major slide, the major dip in the exchange rates, when it went from 1,000, when it went from 150 Naira to about 400 Naira or 500 Naira as at then. And you are making it to be like a saint, as if he did not contribute in any way to what we are going through, my people. And the likes of Atiku Abubakar that will spend dollars at primary election, that will give dollars. Let's not even go there. Anyway, Francis says, "Jonathan, don't be tempted, please. These people pushing you is to be destroyed." They are pushing him to fire. Sometimes people around you, "Hey, you are doing well, you are doing well. Oh, go." They are indirectly pushing him into fire. Donald says, some of you don't care about life, and that is the reason you can abuse His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan. How there is a war during the election, some of you wouldn't have been alive today. I think it meant if there was war, like if a war ensued as a result of him not wanting to step down. I don't know. I don't know why people are praising him. Like, it's not something that should come natural. I think it is something that you should have done. Like, it's normal thing. When you lose, you should step down. Is that not it? But I think some people are seeing it as something out of the ordinary, that he could, just accept defeat and step down. I applaud him for being humble and all of that, but I don't think it's something that is normal to me anyway. Another, moving on, the comment says, some of you wouldn't have been alive today, or your family member may have suffered it. We should respect Goodluck Jonathan's decision to allow peace to reign during his time. Dara says, Nigeria forgets things that happened during Jonathan period easily. If this guy was so good, people would have not voted him out. Oh my, I so much love this comment. Exactly. People forget easily. Exactly what I've been saying since. People forget easily. Now he seems to be a saint right now. But it seemed like when he was there, why did they vote him out if he was actually doing good? One last comment before we go. From Kola, it says, may Nigeria never ever experience Jonathan's era again. Seems those inviting him either have short memories or are overwhelmed by ethnic sentiment. Thank you, my brother or my sister. Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.